We obviously heard from Utica Mayor Rob Palmieri, and it was important for him to reach out to the people of Utica, Michigan. And that was my idea, the whole tie-in. Here's Utica helping Flint by way of our sister city, Utica, Michigan. So the mayor immediately reached out to the people there. And I gotta tell you, it was the mayor and the effort that we did here that inspired Utica, Michigan to really do a water, they hadn't done a water drive yet, to do a water drive for the people that were 40 minutes north of them. And I almost feel like we guilted them. Like, here's Utica, New York, 7-8 hours away, and they're doing this. Well, here we are, a neighbor of Flint. I guess we're going to have to do this. So, the mayor kind of inspired Utica, Michigan to get on board, and they've done a drive. So it's been a ripple effect. There's no doubt about it.
So I went to Flint because Flint's not that far away from Utica, and I said, this is doable. This is a doable trip, and I really wanted to see for myself just how bad the situation was. And when I went to Flint, I could not believe how much Flint, Michigan is just like Utica. Thinking of very similar history, an industrial town that is no longer an industrial town, struggling to kind of keep up, and a lot of poverty, a lot of unemployment, but also a lot of spirit and a lot of pride. And when I talked to the people there, I expected the attitude to be somewhat defeated, and definitely not like that. In spirit, very much akin to the folks that you find in Utica, New York. Flint, Michigan is very much like Utica, New York, and Utica, Michigan is very much like New Hartford.
So he comes up with this idea, and he ties in Utica, Michigan and Utica, Flint, which of course Utica, Michigan got our name from us. And I said, all right, this is a great idea. We thought we would do like a weekend water drive, and then the following week we would do a collection a couple of days at Shenatries. And again, the idea being we would fill a truckload, maybe a tractor trailer's worth, if we were lucky. And just the outpouring has been incredible. The number of partners who've stepped up, there's just so many people who have become a part of this. But to anyone who donated water, who donated money to get the water out there, I want to say thank you. And it's just another example of a great idea that starts locally and really ends up having legs of its own when you live in such, an amazing community.
Got so overwhelming that Tom Highland from Utica Mac called and says, we need a trailer Shenatries as soon as possible. I brought a trailer down, and I told him, why don't we warehouse it in our warehouse? We had a heated warehouse that was available to house the water. We had the means to transport it as well, so we transported a load up to Michigan, as well as our owner-operator, Bill Curry. Something as simple that we take for granted as water, another community is in need, so it was great to step up and help them out in their time of need. And the Utica community, it's a great place to live, and they stepped up like they always do for time of need for another community. It's the most giving of any community, and I've lived elsewhere, and this community has always been more giving than any place else I've ever lived.
One of the fundamental beliefs at Human Technologies is that the work our employees do helps to transform the communities they live in. And so with the proceeds from the work of our employees, we're able to reach out and help Nirvana up in Boonville transform their community as they come out of bankruptcy. In turn, Boonville and Nirvana are going to be helping Flint transform their community from a man-made disaster. That's really important, and one of the things that I love about Human Technologies is that over 2/3 of our employees are people with disabilities and various challenges. They come to work every day, they're making a difference in this community, and now they're starting to positively affect other people in the Mohawk Valley and other people across the country, in this case out in Flint.
I was having dinner at Ventura's with Tim Jerusa, the new head of Human Technologies Corp., and we were talking about how cool it was that Nirvana was going to be able to continue as a local success story with Wade Abraham and Paul Rahill taking over. After dinner, Tim went home and saw the news and the Flint story had just hit, and he reached out to me and said, hey, is there a way we can connect this great water source we've got with the problem? My guess is I'm like a lot of people. It wasn't surprised to find out that this area was rallying to a cause again. We've got a long history of that, great things. I remember back when 9/11 happened, little Utica, New York, and the United Way was sending money down to New York City almost before anybody else. So no surprise, but certainly it's one of those times you're proud to be part of the area.
I will tell you, one of the things that we heard from the mayor of Flint, Michigan was no other community in the United States did what Utica, New York did. I mean, that is That's kind of amazing. I mean, it's not like we're the closest community, it's not like we're the most affluent community, but this community is so special in regards to what it does. I don't know, you know, you probably could say there is something in the water around here, because it's fantastic what we did for Flint.
We talk about this community, how strong we are, and whatever the purpose may be, we step to the plate all the time. You know, my hat goes off to Bill Keeler and WIBX for putting this together. It was a snowball that became an avalanche, and the avalanche is the warmth of the hearts of the great city of Utica. And again, it's just so humbling that we are such a warm, giving community, and I've always said we're the best little city in America.
This is a very, very special community, and when people from the outside come in and say, we've never seen anything like that, we sometimes have to be gently reminded about that. And you know, I would love to believe that if we were in similar need, that other communities from around the country would come help us. But that's not why we do it. We do it because it's the right thing to do.
I want to thank everybody that gave, everybody that came out. It really, really was incredible. And I do want to add that Paul Buckley from the city is pressuring me to say that Utica collected more money than any other city or organization in the United States. And I'm pretty sure that's true. Who would have thought that we would have raised almost 4 tractor trailer fulls of water? Little Utica, New York. It really says an awful lot about us.
Hey Paul, that spotlight's killing me. I need some of this outstanding spring water from Nirvana.